We're taking a trip to South Australia here at Wine 52. With that in mind, let's get a closer look at some of the amazing red wines we have brought back with us for you at home. First up, we have Old Family Wines. The first vintage under Old Family Wines was launched in 2015, but the family's winemaking story stretches back 6 generations. The Old Family ancestors immigrated from Ayrshire in Scotland and went on to plant some of the earliest vineyards in southern Australia, including Shiraz in 1845. Their wines have achieved several accolades, including high scores with Wine Orbit and a nomination for Wine of the Year with Wine State magazine. Galore is a 2024 Merlot from Coonawarra that draws its character from the region's famed Terra Rosa soils over limestone, giving the wine a vibrant structure and expressive fruit profile. This Merlot shows the variety at its best, with plush black fruit flavors lifted by subtle herbal nuances that reflect the local climate. On the nose, expect inviting aromas of ripe blackberry, fresh raspberry, and a hint of leafy herbs. This wine is best served slightly chilled at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius after decanting for 30 to 45 minutes to let the rich fruit and fine tannins open up. For food pairing, this wine is perfect with classic shepherd's pie, mushroom risotto, or a roasted lamb shoulder. For something more refined, try with duck breast in a cherry glaze or a mild nutty blue cheese. Beck Hardy Wines was established in 2015. Beck is the 6th generation of the Hardy wine family, whose ancestor Thomas Hardy planted vineyards in South Australia in the 1850s and helped shape the modern Australian wine industry. The foundations of the modern business were laid in 1980 when Beck's father, Jeff Hardy, founded Pertaringa, a McLaren Vale winery that would go on to produce benchmark regional wines for nearly 5 decades. They have a deep appreciation for their heritage, which includes a Sauvignon Blanc vineyard planted in 1885 by Beck's great-great-great-grandfather. Today, they remain among the oldest Sauvignon Blanc vines in the world. The winery has built strong reputations both in Australia and internationally, with wines poured in Michelin-starred and leading restaurants across Asia and Europe, and strong reviews from wine critics and competitions. Beck also holds a unique place in Australian wine as the first female vigneron in her family's 170-year winemaking history. Bustling is a bright and lively Shiraz Rosé that shows off the natural fruit-forward character of the grape, with a refreshing balance that keeps it playful yet structured. Its juicy strawberry and cranberry flavors are complemented by a subtle floral lift, making it an easygoing crowd pleaser. On the nose, expect a perfumed bouquet of ripe red berries and delicate roses, inviting you in with every swirl. We recommend serving this wine chilled at 8 to 10 degrees Celsius for the best results. Perfect food pairings include a classic ploughman's lunch or grilled halloumi salad, but this rosé is also a great match for lemon chicken or seafood paella. Vantage is a South Australian Shiraz that shows off the classic boldness of the variety, with ripe red fruits and a touch of spice that reflect the warm, sun-soaked vineyards. The soil and climate lend subtle earthy undertones and fine tannins, keeping the wine balanced and approachable. On the nose, expect inviting aromas of sweet raspberry, dark chocolate, and a hint of peppery spice. Give it 20 to 30 minutes in a decanter to open up before serving slightly below room temperature at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius for the best experience. If you are looking for a food pairing, try a glass with a hearty beef stew or lamb kofta for comfort food. They bring the first of our special reserve 6-pack red wines. Garden Series Grenache is a Grenache with a bright, juicy character thanks to the sun-drenched slopes and sandy loam soils of McLaren Vale. The subtle warmth from the Mediterranean-like climate brings out soft red berry flavors and gentle spice. This Garden Series original showcases Grenache at its most approachable, light on tannins but layered with a spicy textural elegance. On the nose, expect inviting aromas of sweet strawberries, hints of red cherry, and a touch of white pepper. This wine is at its best, served slightly chilled at 14 to 16 degrees Celsius, after decanting for 20 to 30 minutes to let the bright fruit and gentle spice open up fully. Perfect food pairings include classic roast chicken or a rich mushroom risotto. It's also equally good alongside a spiced lamb tagine or roasted vegetable tart. Hollick Estates began working their land in 1974, planting Cabernet Sauvignon, Riesling, Chardonnay, Merlot and Pinot Noir, before launching their label in 1983. They now have 3 vineyards, 2 in Coonawarra and 1 in neighbouring Broughton Bully. The winery takes full advantage of their Terra Rosa soil, a band of red earth over limestone that is renowned across the southern hemisphere for producing age-worthy wines. Their first cellar door is a restored slab cottage dating back to the 1860s, a heritage-listed building that is reported to be the birthplace of Australian poet John Shaw Neilson. Willa-Wirrani is a 2021 limestone coast blend that draws its character from the region's cool limestone-rich soils, giving each grape a refined structure and bright acidity. Shiraz, Cabernet Sauvignon, and Sangiovese combine to create a wine that's both approachable and complex, showing the elegance that local terroir encourages in full-bodied reds. On the nose, expect layers of dried fruit, balsamic, dark chocolate, and subtle pencil shavings, mixed with hints of fresh, sour cherry. This wine is best served at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius after 30 to 45 minutes in a decanter to open up. Food pairing should look at dishes including hearty beef bourguignon, slow-roasted lamb shoulder, or a rustic mushroom risotto. For something more elevated, try it with aged pecorino, venison with blackberry sauce, or a rich truffle pasta. The Bard is a Cabernet Sauvignon with a striking structure and an expressive layered character thanks to the red Terra Rosa soils of Coonawarra, while the region's cool nights preserve the vibrant ripe fruit flavors. The Hollick Estates vines deliver a classic Aussie Cabernet, with a rich, juicy core and firm, chalky tannins that give the wine real depth. On the nose, expect dark berries, subtle chocolate, and a refreshing hint of mint and herbs. We recommend decanting for 30 to 60 minutes before serving at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius. This wine is perfect with a slow-cooked beef ragout, roast lamb with rosemary, or for something more elegant, a pepper-crusted venison loin with roasted root vegetables. Next up, we have Chaffee Bros Wines. Chaffee Bros Wine Co. was established in 2008 by Barossa local Daniel Chaffee Hartwig, later joined by brother-in-law Theo Engela. Their goal has always been to reinterpret the wines that made Barossa famous, while chasing special vineyards, forgotten varieties, and subregions that deserved their moment in the sun. The winery team pride themselves on their sustainable practices, including the use of rainwater systems, permanent cover crops, renewable energy across their facilities, and locally made glass in their bottles. They have earned several awards and accolades, including Best in Show at the Decanter World Wine Awards and Best Shiraz at the Royal Adelaide Wine Show. They bring the second of our special reserve 6-pack red wines. La Conquista Battle for Barossa is a blend of Tempranillo, Graciano, and Grenache with a bold, sun-ripened character packed with rich fruit and earthy depth from the rugged, sun-soaked slopes of the Barossa Valley. Each variety contributes its own magic. Tempranillo brings structure and dark chocolate notes, Grenache adds juicy raspberry sweetness, and Graciano lends freshness and a whisper of spice. On the nose, expect an intriguing bouquet of cured meat, earthy smoke, and ripe black fruit. Decant for 30 to 45 minutes and then serve slightly chilled at 16 to 18 degrees Celsius to try this red blend at its best. If you are looking for a food pairing, this wine is perfect with classic lamb chops or slow-roasted pork belly, and equally lovely with a more refined dish like mushroom risotto with aged parmesan or grilled aubergine and goat cheese tarts. This breakdown of the red wines of South Australia may be over, but you have your own journeys of discovery to enjoy at home. We hope you enjoy your wines. Cheers.